Reminder to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the guild and the Discord while you're down there. Hello people, and welcome back to News Review. This week is the last week of the One Punch Man collab, and as always there will be a nightmare stage as the collab ends. This time it is Boros, a light god who looks like a dark god. As a leader, is basically a bit of a meme again. I mean, it's like subpar stat boosts and not much in shield solving ability. Does have like, you know, a little bit in terms of the team skill. You ignore burning, you ignore electrified. Everything has the effect of everything except heart, which is actually kind of bad. And then some kind of concentrated attack on leader and ally. However, there's a special thing is that when he is in the team, then when you activate after you activate his active, he launches an extra dark attack each round. This is just a permanent thing after you activate his active. But if you activate his active 2 or more times, then he gives himself a permanent 3 times attack boost on top of that. So it'll be times 6, which isn't bad considering it does synergize quite a bit with his active skill. His active skill is CD8, explode the board, and petrified runestones generate enchanted god runestones of all types of fixed numbers. I think, if I remember correctly, there will be 3 of each attributive runestone, and then all the rest are heart. So I think you can get to a 10 combo board doing this, which is quite good. For true rounds, extend runestone movement time to 15 seconds. Character attack times 5, ignores initial shield, fixed combo seal, and combo count plus 5. Boros is the first ever light god to break initial shield. There's plenty of light and plenty of gods that have done that before, but he is the first light god to ever do that. Third ever light god to break combo seal, but you know, the other two are like the corrupted Lucifer and of course Omegamon. So you know, I don't like Omegamon is kind of like 2 cards in 1. And the corrupted seal bosses are very hard to come by, so you know, if you don't have them, or even if you do have them, it's quite good to grab this guy. Also, I kind of overhauled how the tier list is structured, because the old one I think doesn't work as well, especially when there are returning cards that are buffed that you don't necessarily pull for. And also, like, I don't think it's a good idea to skip cards ever. Like, I know I have a trash tier here, but you know, so I think that, you know, he has pretty good utility in terms of the number of shields he can solve. He's pretty unique, but, you know, he's not very, like, his use rate isn't going to be very high, I don't think. Especially because gods aren't in season right now. Like, there's no good god leader. I put him in, like, a, you know, between up to you and a fairly high use rate. Moving on to the other thing. Oh yeah, he has his own Dragonhearted as well. It's okay, you know, he gives himself more attack boosts, which is always not a bad thing, but no HP boosts, I don't think. Well, at least not on the Dragonhearted skills. Probably it'll be like 5 or 10%, probably 5%, something like that in the Dragonhearted itself. And moving on to non-One Punch Man stuff. There is VR of the Witches, finally. This was voted on like a long time ago. Their team skills don't matter because that's when they're a leader and ally. First off is Cassandra. The leader skill can be skipped over. You can pause if you want to read that. Her active skill has gotten even better from before. It's now CD8. In addition to the previous stuff, it's now 4 times recovery. Previously it was 3.5 times recovery. Human leader and the character's attack also get boosted by additional 1.5 times, and ignore initial shield. Cassandra is the second ever water human to break initial shield. That is after Neo HR mode, I believe. Not Hello World mode, I think. But that was a 1% jackpot of a collab. So you'll be glad to, you know, I guess have this card, because if you don't have that, if you don't have Neo, then this is the second ever water human to do that. The deactivation also changed a little bit. Now you have to wait like 4 turns before, you know, activating it again. You can deactivate it anytime, as before, modify the columns below humans to become human runestones, so that's just an additional attack boost. And then recover HP as much as the total HP of humans in the team. This may or may not be useful. I think in most situations it'll be more useful than not. And yeah, moving on to the team skill, the only thing special here is that by starting with the character runestone of Cassandra, then you ignore Sticky. That's when she is in a full human team. This will be pretty useful, I think, for teams that don't already ignore Sticky. I put her in like must train. She was previously like pretty much like must train. Like she has such a high use rate as a stat booster, as a card that can make your recovery 0, and now there's even more utility. Like it's just a must train. Next is Media, Fire Human, of course, CD 8. Team attack times 2.2, increases drop rate of fire runestones, damage speed times 1.5. I don't think any of that changed. The attack multiplier might have been raised a little bit. Human leader and the character attacks 1.5 additionally, same as Cassandra, and she ignores Quintet elemental shield instead. Media is the second ever fire human to break Quintet. That would, oh yeah, I show that here. That would be after whoever this is from the Gintama collab. But as you know, Media and Cassandra are stat boosters, so this will stick around as long as the skill is up. Same as before, she can get deactivated any time. Also CD -4, basically the same things, but then for 1 round by dissolving all fire in the first batch. Skill CDs of humans -1, so you get a team-wide CD reduction. This I think is, slightly less good than recovering your total HP or whatever, but it's there. Media I think is a little bit worse than Cassandra and Cersei, well, just by virtue of the fact that you receive a little bit more damage, which is kind of hypocritical because I'm going to talk about Cersei next. But yeah, sometimes like receiving more damage makes it a little finicky to use the card, but she still has a reasonably high use rate, I think. And for her team skill, if she's in a full human team, you ignore burning when you start with her character runestone. She also gets this special team skill with Hongling, but given that nobody uses Hongling as a leader, that's basically non-existent. Moving on to the third witch, Cersei, Earth Human. We love Earth Humans here. CD 8, attack and recovery can only be triggered when 4 or more combos are made. As before, attack bonus plus 50% for combos made. This is, I think, higher once again than before. All damage reducing effects will be nullified. This is the tricky part of using this card, but the attack boost is like pretty sizable. And now with this part, especially, like, it'll be really good in Hideyoshi. The human leader and the character's attack times 1.5 and ignore puzzle shield. So this will make it a lot easier. Of course, there was already a card that can ignore puzzle shield, not these guys. I mean, I try not to put them in the team because they're collab characters. But Haoyue from the Transmigration, she does take a bit of time to charge up though, and if there are like 2 puzzle shields in the stage, or if I need to break initial shield first and I use her, then Cersei will be a great addition to the Earth Human roster. The skill can be deactivated any time. It's -4, same as before. Generate human runestones, same as the other 2, and then for 1 round combo count plus 8. Hideyoshi won't need this, given that he gives an insane amount of combos. Watch me eat my words when there's like a, one day I need to clear like a 33 combo shield with Hideyoshi or something. That would be a bit insane, but maybe this will be useful. I don't foresee it being useful in Hideyoshi. Probably useful in some other teams, maybe, that don't generate as crazy amounts of combos. So yeah, I mean, all 3 of these I think you should train up if you don't have them already. You can also get one of them through a coupon in the challenge mission. Cassandra is through the Violet Asteria. You probably already have at least one of these through like pulling on black card seals or something, and then if you're missing one, now's your good chance to complete the set. When Cersei is in a full human team and you activate her character runestone, you ignore Electrified. This will be very useful for Hideyoshi as well. Moving on to the other form of the witches, they're okay. They're CD 7, they're basically all the same, but for like just replace the attribute names with like their own attributes. So by tapping it, you can choose the runestone you explode and then generate their own attributes, protected runestones. Why you want to do this? I mean, it's a bit more useful now because, like, you know, if you restore the board or whatever, if you have protected runestones and some other crap you want to clear, then you can restore the board, generate back your protected runestones, and then, you know, hit the enemy, because you can actually do that now. The water one ignites the enemies, and then for 2 rounds, 45% of whatever attribute you change them into, you convert that into HP recovery, and then you get a CD reduction if your HP is half or more at the end of the round. Fire generates, you know, fire runestones when explode, petrifies the enemies and changes them into earth. Same deal for the stuff below. And then Cersei generates earth, electrifies the enemies, changes them into water, and then same stuff below. I think the protected runestone stuff will be maybe useful. I more see not so much the ignition, since we have that already in terms of water humans. Petrifying the enemy in terms of fire humans, I believe there was one before. And electrifying the enemy as earth human, I don't think there's actually been an earth human that can electrify the enemy, so this will be new. But given that, at least, like, well, these ignition, petrify, electrify shields don't come that often, and you can, you know, brute force them at the end of the day, so, you know, not that useful, I don't think. But the buffs to the base forms of the witches are definitely great. They made, like, already great members even better. As I said before, there will be a challenge stage. There will be 3 floors, just to skip ahead a little bit, for the celebration events. Where is this? Yeah, the challenge missions, you'll get 1 Neon Crow, 1 the witch's character, basically a coupon, and then 1 dragonware that you can select. Only humans are allowed on the stage. I might do this depending on how hard it is. I might make videos on that. But yeah. And then last but not least, a new challenge mission card, Serenade. There will be 3 floors. If you clear like everything, including the achievements, I think you can just max out this card's skill level. It is a Fire Elf CD6. For 2 rounds, team attack times 1.5. Elves each launch 2 extra attacks. 1 for Earth and Dark, ignore defense, and then by dissolving Elf runestones in the first batch, the skill stays in play. This will be, I guess, a great card for multi-hit shields for Dodgy, because it sticks around, the effect sticks around. Dodgy generates Elf runestones every single round. I recently used another Fire Elf card that like launches a ton of extra attacks. I think it's Corallium, if I remember correctly. You'll see that like when the monthly level 9 video comes out. But yeah, this will be a great extra card to add to the Elf roster. Other than that, the only other thing is a returning ultimate stage of Huzin. Huzin is really good because he is one of the few fire cards that can let the cards beside him ignore fixed combo shields. All the other ones are just either like really finicky to get off, or they only let themselves ignore it and don't give enough of an attack boost. So Huzin is quite a good card to get. Apart from that, you can get Boros' Dragonware by clearing, you know, the stage successively. On the 5th clear, you'll get the Seal, which is probably the most popular one. And that is that. I believe the One Punch Man collab is ending after, like, basically a week when from the time that this video comes out. So if you haven't pulled or something, I don't know why hey, you do you, but the rate up is gone. But if you still haven't got what you want from the Seal, just keep that in mind. I already pulled. Let me know what you guys got in the comments if you want. If you like this, please leave a like. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.